love inside of my chest, but it's all alright. Yeah, it's all alright. I guess it's all alright. I got nothing left inside of my chest, but it's
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Apollo1 here, and today we have a crazy, if not one of our best gameplays yet. Today we have a 203-0 on Black Ops 2. And yes, it is raid domination, but the score I think makes up for it. It's a 203 flawless, a 200 plus flawless, which is pretty crazy, getting 200 kills in a game without a single death. And that's basically a 203 KD. And that's pretty damn crazy. And this gameplay is by TriikZ. And if you can drop an early like at this time for our first 200 plus flawless, it would really mean a lot. But yeah, let's get into the guy that got this insane gameplay. He just recently joined Carnage, actually, and he's a really cool guy, and his name's TriikZ. And of course, his link will be up in the top left part of the screen and in the description, as always. All our players' links are always on the screen and in the description. So make sure you go and check him out, as he can post crazy gameplays every single day. And, you know, he's just getting into YouTube. He's actually, I think he's at about 780 subscribers at the time of this video. And, you know, he's in it, but he definitely needs a push to get more exposure, because he definitely, you know, deserves it. So make sure you go and check him out and subscribe. But as you can see in this gameplay, he gets a 203-0 flawless with the MP7. And actually, I'm going to say that this is the first flawless with two different guns, because he actually uses the MP7 in the first round and the PDW in the second round. And I think it's because he, in the beginning of the game, he must have chose his PDW, and then as you guys know, he didn't die. So when it switched rounds, it switched his class setup, and it switched to the PDW. So in the first round, he used the MP7, and the second round, he used the PDW, which is actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of a, you know, unique 200 plus. You can kind of see two different gameplay, or two different guns in the same gameplay. I don't know if it's too much of a difference, but it's, I don't know, it switches up a little bit. And yeah, so it's pretty damn crazy. A 200 plus flawless is just ridiculous, and you know, it's just crazy. So as I said though already, TriikZ's new to Carnage, and it wouldn't be cooler. And right there, I actually clip out all the load stars. I take all the load stars out because, you know, they're boring to watch, and it would have been like 4 minutes of just sitting there watching him go absolute ham in a load star. So yeah, I just cropped those out. And also, as you guys know, as you guys can see, he's not using the orbital VSAT, which makes it even a little better, because I know the Lodestar can help get kills, and that is true. But, you know, having the orbital VSAT allows you to see the enemy wherever they are, and, you know, there's no chance, almost no chance, of you dying while having an orbital up. And it's kind of cool that he got a 200 plus flawless while using, or without using, the orbital, because, you know, with a 200 plus flawless, you'd kind of think that he would be using a orbital VSAT to be able to see where all the enemies are, and that allowing him not to die as frequently. And if you can hear my dog in the background, I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, he also gets a nuclear in here, and as you can see, it's actually kind of surprising that he was like able to pull off this 200 plus. His teammates were constantly triple capping, and they were constantly following him around, actually. And the problem with teammates following you around is it's a bigger target, it's a bigger group of enemies, and they get in your way, and you don't have the space around you to you know, be able to do what you need to do to avoid enemies, and it kind of gives off your attention a little more, and the enemy is allowed, or can pick you off a little bit easier. And in this gameplay, there's always a teammate like around him constantly. As you can see, that guy's following him around, rushing the spawn just like he is. And, you know, it's harder to get gameplays when teammates are especially better players, because when you're playing with better players in a game, they're going to take kills from you, and they're gonna follow you around. They're gonna rush the spawns. You know, it's better to have campy teammates at some points. because they won't be taking those kills from you and they won't be triple capping, etc. And right there is actually a really close call. But you know, if your teammates are bad themselves, they're not going to be taking those kills from you, and they're not going to be rushing those spawns, not be following you around. And it's just better. As you can see right here, he's by himself on the right side of the map, and he's able to pick off all these enemies that are over here. And the enemies can pick off those flags and capture those flags, which makes the game last a little bit longer and kind of easier to tell where the enemy is. And yeah, so that's just basically kind of his orbital VSAT is the enemies, you know, knowing where the or the enemies taking off those flags. And as you can see, every time he goes in his lodestar, obviously his team picks up all the flags and triple caps. And you can kind of argue this. You can kind of say that the lodestar and the orbital both do the same thing with triple capping. There's been debates on which is better to go for to avoid triple cappers, because you know, with the orbital, the enemy knows where the enemies are constantly, and they can pick up the flags if they know the enemies isn't around it. And with the lodestar, you can pick off all the enemies, so that the enemy or your teammates can pick off those flags. But anyways, guys, it's been Apollo 1 here, a 203-0 by Saytech. Make sure you go check him out, and see you guys.
Well, hell yeah, we just stop and go, and everybody tell me that the world has for show. They drop and roll, they tell me it's impossible, and the mission is looking so impossible. I mean, we never stop it, hell yeah.